hello again to our toy-loving friends out there in internet lands and to all the Spartans that may be watching. Welcome to another episode of H.A.C.K.S Toy Reviews. Two idiots, one camera, and a review. I'm Wilson.
I'm the Berg.
Tonight, we are reviewing this toy in this black and white box. What is it?
This is Boss Fight Studios' Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S Series 1 Ultimate Spartan exclusive from the New Jersey Comic-Con battle-hardened warrior figure.
Jesus, that's a mouthful. Luckily, that's maybe written on the box. We wouldn't know. We don't read boxes. And this is him. I'm going to let you take it away from here. You know more about this toy than I do.
Sure. So this is the Ultimate Spartan version from the H.A.C.K.S line. If you don't know what H.A.C.K.S is, they're highly articulated character kit systems.
Ah, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Boss Fight Studios were a bunch of guys from like Hasbro and stuff who got tired of making crappy toys. So they went and formed their own studio. They put these guys up
Oh,
on...
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Put them up on Kickstarter. And at the time, it was one of the most successful Kickstarters of all time. They actually had to add stretch goal after stretch goal after stretch goal because no matter what they put up, they hit that.
Really?
Yeah, they just blew everything out of the water and they were just making stuff up at the end. It was amazing. And this is a version of their regular Spartan guy, but he is the ultimate version. Just looking at him, you may think he's a little bit dirty or crappy paint job, but actually that's a blood splatter pattern.
Yeah.
The regular Spartan does not have all the blood splatter all over him, and I believe he has a slightly different paint on his skirt pieces, if I remember correctly. And for what paint there is, it's really, really well done. His sandaled feet, there's a little tiny bit of slop, but for all the little strings and stuff, they painted it really, really well. If you take his helmet off and look at his face, he doesn't have crazy eye syndrome. Sculpt wise, it's amazing the amount of detail they got on a 3 3/4 inch figure. You can really tell that these guys love toys, they love making toys, and these are obviously the good sculptors from Hasbro and wherever else they showed up, because you know he's got veins and muscles and some of the details again, like on the feet and on the chest armor, and then like his hair looks awesome for a toy this small, and the details on his weapons and helmet really, really nicely done for this size and scale. It just
Are his arms not? Are they sort of like toned, or is that just some of the splatter?
that is toned.
Okay. That's really cool.
He's a slightly darker shade than the regular version.
Okay.
And then you have the blood splatter on top of it.
Yeah.
A Hasbro toy will look like poo compared to this guy. He's even got crazy Spartan beard.
Yeah.
Just like out of the 300 movie and history. What? And I want to point out, super not safe for children weapon.
Oh, so that makes this an adult collectible.
Yeah. Shall I go into articulation first?
I would love for you to watch you move a toy around.
All right. So he has ball jointed head, lots of range, ball jointed shoulders. He's got ball jointed elbows, swivel wrists. These ones bend up and down, so you can get awesome sword poking motion. Some of his articulation in his chest and waist are held back by his shirt or chest piece. But he's got crazy chest joint, crazy range all over his chest. Ball jointed hips. Does not have thigh swivels. Which,
Throw him out.
One of my few complaints about this guy: double jointed knees, tons of room, ball jointed feet, like he can point his toes, suck on that. Lots of playability in the articulation.
Let's be honest. He doesn't have the thigh articulation. He doesn't need it.
This is a flexible plastic that even when it's on, you can still get him to move somewhat. His joints are tight enough that you can, bend the skirt up enough.
So what makes this guy special or ultimate is the fact that he comes with a ton of accessories. And we're going to run through them all right now.
So, in case you're not familiar, A normal Spartan, the regular Spartan, comes with a base that has 2 holes so he can stand. He comes with a sheath with a belt so you can hold his sword. I will mention that all versions of swords that I know are, except for one, fit in there very, very well. He comes with a short sword, a longer sword. He comes with a helmet with the feathered crest that's painted and got a great sculpt on it as well. He comes with his Spartan murder death stick or a spear. A shield that has a phenomenal sculpting. There's lots of little crevices and dents. Also painted very, very nicely. On the back here, it's got tons of little rivets and sculpting. There's a place for his forearm to go and for his hand to hold on. And a neat little thing. There are 4 little spots here that if you get bored, you can take some string or dental floss or whatever, tie it there so you can strap it onto his back and he doesn't actually have to hold it. One of the best things about these guys, not only does he come with this set of hands which are articulated to go up and down, every one of these figures comes with a second set of hands that are articulated sideways. So if you want to have him bend his wrist sideways, you can have him bend his wrist sideways. If you want to have him in a cool sword pose, he comes with those too.
Wow.
So this is everything you get with a standard edition Spartan.
Which is $20.
$20 if you buy him singly. Then, if you buy this guy, which was $30, you also get a second shield, which is their Medusa shield, which has a great, phenomenal sculpt on it.
Jesus, that does look good.
Yeah, and it also has the same exact back, so you can do all the cool stuff that you can with a regular shield. You get a standard helmet, the General Spartan, which has a slightly different crest on it. The helmets fit great on them. They don't look like, sometimes with some Star Wars guys, the helmets looked a little too big or something. These look phenomenal. You also get what I believe will be Leonidas's historically accurate helmet for your leader of your Spartan. Even more, you get a dagger that he can hold in his hands and fits in his sheath. A different long sword. Then you get, I guess this would be more of a scimitar or something crazy.
Yeah.
With a hook, sword, I don't know. You also get these crazy, awesome axe, hatchet, murder machine weapons that are awesome, that, again, fit perfectly in his hands. So this is the ultimate fucking Spartan. Yes, if you buy all the different versions of Spartans, you will get all this stuff. I highly recommend doing that. But just getting this guy for $10 more, you get all this shit so he can do whatever you want him to do. Super, super tons of accessories for a mere $10 extra. When Wilson bitches that some guys don't come with 2 hands, this is the figure that puts everybody else to shame.
It is.
Why do you have no hands, stupid Marvel Legends?
Yeah.
I come with 2. Every version of every figure comes with 2 hands.
Yeah.
Standard. Done. I will point out, the only thing he doesn't come with is the different chess pieces, because there are different chess pieces. So you don't get all those, but I think these are all these Spartan specific. This is the Spartan specific. I think the other ones are non-Spartan specific.
So for some size comparison, here's another 3 3/4 inch guy, Hasbro's Death's Head. Sorry, excuse me.
So you can see, and he's one of these slightly taller Marvel Universe guys. So he's about a head and a half taller, but still looks good together, and just to get a sense of size. Here he is next to a Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe, who is about maybe half a head smaller. You can see that they're a little more in scale with the superheroes than normal G.I. Joe guys.
Yeah, this guy's also on his base too.
He also is on his base. And I'd be willing to bet that one of the boss fight guys sculpted this Storm Shadow, because he's got almost the exact same articulation scheme that we all know and love. Here he is next to a Star Wars guy, and yeah, he's 2.5 heads taller. So they don't work too well with Hasbro's Star Wars guys, but here he is next to Dr. Bruce Banner.
And here he is next to Make Toys Inferno, aka Red Grapple. Alright, so for our final thoughts on this guy, let's just get down to it. I'll start. He is pretty amazing, and I don't honestly like 3 3/4 inch guys at all. I am not a fan of this whatever genre Spartan kind of stuff is, like sword and fantasy guys with beards kind of thing. That said, he's pretty fucking amazing. The accessories alone are spectacular. As for the toy itself, I have an issue with. I had a hard time getting his hand into the shield.
Yeah, it's a little difficult.
Like, you have to take his hand off, and even then, sliding it in and then getting it back on, it was a pain in the ass. I just ended up giving up. The other thing is his legs seem loose, quite honestly. Standing him without a stand is going to be very, very, very hard. Other than that, Sculpt looks great. Paint's amazing for this size. I'm honestly blown away. He's a toy that's meant for army building and to have a lot of. You're paying $30 for him. You don't get anything other than the blood. That's different because the purpose is to get all the other guys. So you're going to go out and get all the other guys and end up getting most of this stuff anyways. And he's not really a toy that you would go out just to get one of.
That's true.
Unless you're me. In that sense, he's the perfect exclusive.
He's the perfect exclusive. You don't need to get him, but if you get him, it's nice to have.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting a 4.5 hammers out of 5 from me. Very nice, very good looking. Another thing I want to point out too is, as much as we give shit about boxes, like, this is just a simple black and white box, and this is all I need, and this saves on costs.
Yeah.
And you also said that if you ordered in bulk, or what 10 at a time,
Yeah.
you get it in a f***ing bag.
Yeah.
Even better.
I don't know if that's still going to be the option on the
Right,
website.
but still.
That was part of the Kickstarter. Yeah, you get them in a bag.
What me and you always say is, as long as it comes in one piece, we don't need a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, no.
If you want the one guy, this is the one to try and get. You
Yeah.
get it all. It's amazing. $30. That's a steal, really, for this quality and what you're getting. That's done. That's it. I have nothing more to say. It's amazing.
I'm super torn
Yeah.
because as faithful viewers watch, he doesn't have a thigh swivel. He doesn't really need it. I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5, because this guy's got so much extra crap, and I love him. I love all the guys that. All the other figures, I would rate 4.5. I'm gonna give him 5. I love these guys. I love Boss Fight Studios. The only problem was it took 2 years to get him, but they were telling us all along the way, well, we had to switch factories. We had to wait for these other guys to get their figures. There was a Chinese New Year. There was a second Chinese New Year. We had to wait for them to come across on a boat. And then they started shipping, and they're amazing. I also want to point out that I've heard stories and know for a fact that, like, they have terrific customer service. One of my friends didn't get a weapon, called them up, said, hey, I didn't get him a weapon. And they're like, where do we ship it to? It's on its way. Didn't get an extra hand. Where do we send that to? Boom. And I think it's because it's just a super small company, and they have videos showing them. They're like, it's just the 6 of them or whatever, packaging and doing all this stuff. So when you're doing the bulk numbers that's going to happen. It happens to Hasbro. But the fact that they're like, yeah, we're going to solve it, kudos to them. Right. Super, super love these guys. I highly recommend these if you're into this type of thing.
As cool as it is blood splatter, you can't really tell that that's blood.
There you go.
So that's been it for this episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Can you tell that it's blood? Let us know. You can follow us at Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Follow me at Scabs. Follow him at Raggy Foe Smasher. Shock and Awe Facebook page. All that crap down here. We haven't thanked him in a while, but we'd love to thank Steven Schleicher at Major Spoilers. Visit that website. Great pop culture news, reviews for comic books and everything else. He's a great guy. He's thrown these up. Highly suggest that you go there. They got all kinds of fun stuff and a lot higher quality than this.
No, we're totally adequate, buddy.
Oh, he's way above par. So until then, we'll see you next time.